Hiya, morning. Are you here by any chance for a character creation appointment? Could I happen to get your name in that case? Hi, brilliant. I believe you'll be with me today. My name is Joop. It's nice to meet you. My desk's just sitting over there. If you don't mind, just if you want to collect your things, we'll head over there and we'll get the appointment started today. Alright, I'll be over there, just easy. Hey, if you can get yourself situated and comfortable, I'm just gonna get your account pulled up here. And if I could just get your name again, sorry? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that seems to be that there. So, before I start this little thing here today, I do just want to ask, have you had one of these meetings before in the past? Completely fine if you haven't. That's I'm here to help to guide you through that essentially. So here at Joop's Character Creation Services, it's a very simple appointment. We will go through some questions, learn a bit about your own character, and then from that we'll go through in our end with our professional team to create a character sheet, a character of sorts that best represents you. This can then be used in all forms and all facets of media, as from like creating a character in a game, using it for something like an MMORPG, if you're running a D&D tabletop game, or if you're creating a story, or even a movie, anything of the sort. It essentially allows you to use that character as a mirror of yourself in those forms of media. You'll have a list of everything about that character that you can use, and of course with this service here, if there's any faults or anything you wish to adjust with that, you simply just give us a call, give us an email, and we'll go ahead and get that updated for you. It's going to be a little bit of a case of me asking you a lot of questions. However, I hope you have the next 20 or so minutes spare and you don't mind me necessarily talking your ear off. But let us begin with something I've already asked, but it's just on the list here, so we're just going to go down. What is your name? Simple little question there. Alright. You don't mind. Okay. I can't necessarily tell. I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to assume, so I'm just going to ask this anyways. What is your species and its primary colors that you bear? Kind of gathered. It's just to make sure though. Don't mind that. The phone was off and turned off, but I may have forgotten to do that before I came to the office. Do you think no, me too. What is your favorite food and drink combo? Apparently we have planes flying outside as well. Lively morning, apparently. But sorry. Your food and drink combo? Good choice. Call me simple, but for me, best food and drink combo is just some kibble. Kibble and milk. Try it if you haven't. Given the choice, if you were playing a game of sorts, would you be the tank, healer, or damage dealer? Okay. Personally, a tank myself. I just like being the big guy in the front taking the hit. What's something you'll never get tired of? This could be like a movie, a game, a food, a specific hobby that you might be interested in. That's a good one. Okay. Okay. What is your favorite movie? It's not a bad choice. I haven't actually watched that one yet, so shh, don't spoil it for me. Alright. Would you rather be trusted or be feared? Do you prefer a medieval setting or a futuristic one? As in, do you prefer the more ruggedest of the past or the streamlined neon lights of the future? There's no harm in liking both, it's just the question entails that you pick one. So if you had to choose one or the other, which one would it be? Fair. Completely and utterly fair. What is your peak rank on Counter-Strike Global Offensive or CS2, depending on how recent you played it? Now, we're not talking about the weird CS rating that they have where it's a number thing. We're talking about the actual ranks itself. Silver, Gold Nova, LEM, Global, even, if you were correct. You're looking at me a bit odd. It's just for the questionnaire. Trust me, all of these will come together to cultivate this character of sorts that best embodies you. And there's no judging as well, I should clarify. Even if you are silver. Have you ever Googled the solution to a puzzle from a game or in a newspaper or any sort of media? Nothing wrong with that. You have 8 seconds to hide a body. Whereabouts would you place it? This is just kind of a fun question. Nothing really psychological about it, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even know why you would hide a body. I'd just put it in the bin. Bin no coming at it. Can you visualize an apple in your head? And if so, are you able to spin it around? Does it have color? Does it have details? Fun fact, I cannot. I have aphantasia, which means that I can't necessarily visualize stuff in my head. So, if you are able to visualize it, good on you. If you could be known for one thing, what would that be? Completely respectable answer. What's the most expensive mistake you've done? Whether this is breaking a controller or crashing a car, what would it be? Have you played the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with a free trial that allows you to play the entirety of Realm Reborn, the award-winning Heavensward, and the second major expansion, Stormblood, that allows you to play up to level 70 without no restrictions on playtime? You should. You should. Do you like soup? If so, what kind of soup? Me? Tomato soup guy. Very simple. If you have tomato soup with like a cheese toasty, or what you use out of the pond call a grilled cheese, it is magnificent. It is life-changing. Would you take cybernetic enhancements if they were to become reality? Something reminiscent to Cyberpunk, where you get mantis claw arms, maybe enhanced hearing, heads-up display in your optics, enhanced sniffer. I don't necessarily know what they would come up with, but would you? I really think most people would. Me personally, I probably would have to find something to, make myself unique. Would you say that you would try anything once? Right. Oh, I completely forgot to ask. I'm sorry. Can I get you a drink? Water, coffee, tea, juice, whatever. Okay, if you say so, we can continue with the rest of these here, and you can take one on the way out. Of course, we've got a lot of bottled water that we can just give you. Anyways, we'll go on with the rest of the questions here. What was the most recent game that you 100%ed? And if you haven't, what game would you 100% if you had the opportunity to do so? That's a pretty good game. I think the most recent game I 100%ed was Armored Core 6. That was a really good game to 100%. I had a lot of fun with that. If you had the option to live in any fantasy setting for a week, whereabouts would you stay? Good call. I feel like we're going to get a good result from these questions here. A lot of diverse answers. Whenever you boot up a game for the first time, do you immediately check the settings? I know what you are. At least I do. I think it might just be a me thing, but the question's here, so I've got to answer it, so I really hope you do. It's a very niche thing. Do you attend concerts? And if so, what was your most recent one and your most favourite one in recent times? Okay. This is a very important one, so answer it carefully. Are you a cat? Or are you a dog person? I'm gonna have to take your word on that. I'll have to take your word on that. Do you drink anything caffeinated at all? Coffee, tea, energy drinks, anything of that sort? If you were to commit any crime and would be able to get away with it, what would it be? Now, you haven't committed this, just to confirm, right? Okay. There's no evidence to say so, and I'm not the coppers. I'm not the busies. I'm not gonna get you in jail. I'm not gonna get you done in. Secret safe with me. How many pillows do you have in your bed? If I were to take you out on a date to Wetherspoons, what would your food order be? And if you're not too certain, Wetherspoons is like a restaurant / pub mix thing. It's got the majority of food that you can have in most, little restaurants and such, so just think of something and you'll probably be able to get something close to it, like a burger, some chicken, pizza, stuff like that, Okay. Would you consider yourself to be washed? Chopped, even? Mm-hmm. Do you still retain any toys from your childhood? Whether it be a plush that you've had since you were young, or maybe a game, stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. I had this this pink like bunny. I forgot the name of it. I think it might have been something pinky, but I remember growing up and having a close fondness to it. I haven't a clue where it is now. I think it ended up just becoming like a dog toy later on. When I stopped caring about it when I was older, but yeah, it was it's the main toy that comes to mind when I think about growing up. What meal are you most proud of that you've made in recent times? Whether it be a nice pasta dish, or something like a big Christmas dinner or a Sunday roast. Considering that you even cook, I should ask. Okay. I made a really nice pasta chili last night. It was so good. What are your thoughts on fishing minigames? Fishing in general as well, if you would wish to elaborate. Good choice. Fishing minigames make the game, if you ask me. Some games make it like almost as fleshed out as the actual game itself. I fuck with it. Do you prefer iOS or Android when it comes to your phone's operating system? Android person here myself. Prefer the freedom you get with it. Do hyenas smell? Are they going to beat the stinky allegations? They never will. You didn't hear that from me. Are you a believer in ghosts? Do you believe that they're real? Have you had any paranormal activity happen to you at all? I remember when I was young, we apparently had a ghost in our house, and my parents, in their infinite wisdom, decided to give it a name. They called him Terrence. They were all terrified of him, and I was just upstairs playing Super Monkey Ball. Didn't really believe in them when I was younger, and I never really saw activity of the sort about it, so it never really affected me. They were terrified of it. Who is your biggest op? And lastly, have you enjoyed our meeting today? I'm full glad to hear. But alas, that would be the end of our appointment. I do see we have roughly around 5 minutes left before I'm on to my next one here. But do you have any other questions? I know you've been saying that, answering questions a lot, so I thought you might have a question of yourself. Where's everyone else in the building? Can't really answer that one, I'm sorry. Do you remember the one question about hiding a body? Yeah. I wouldn't do anything of the sort though, trust me. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed your appointment today, and I recommend you just keep checking your email. We'll let you know when the process has been finalized, and you should receive that sheet of your character within the next coming days, okay? Safe travels on the way back home, and I hope you will have a good rest of your evening. Take care now. Bye bye.